Hi, my friends. It's Irene. I wanted to talk a little bit in this one about continuing about the story of Mark of Happily Houseless. And because, it's hard to say everything I need to say in some of the videos because there's such a short amount of time that that I'm learning to talk and be able to also download a video. And I have nothing but the highest respect and regards for Mark of Happily Houseless and his channel and his message. And so I would hate for anybody out of my last video where I talked about the story of my Special Explorer van, and I revealed that it came from him. And when I revealed that, I mentioned that, he really needed to sell the van by September. That was his goal. And, and so I really want to discuss some of the why, and because I would hate for anybody to think, why would he not do what the guy in Texas did for me? And, and so, I just really want people to understand and, why he probably did not do that. And, one of the things to remember, because some people might have followed his channel and some might not have even known him and bump into my channel. One of the things that was revealed shortly after he sold the Explorer was that he had a golf ball tumor, the size of a golf ball tumor in the center of his brain. Now, around the time he was selling the Explorer was around the time frame that he was having symptoms and having tests done and things. So he knew that there was definitely something going on with him. And it really just blows me away that the whole time that he was fixing the Explorer and repairing it and doing all the updates and things like that he actually had this golf ball tumor in the center of his brain. So he had his own share of health issues, even though I had my own. And so, my heart, will always go out to that. And I can't even imagine or dream of what the events that he had to go through later on. So he knew at that time, he was in trouble. And so, he needed to get the van sold, And then he later on revealed to us that he had this going on. And by early December, he was already scheduled for surgery to have this tumor removed, and he did survive the brain surgery. And but it just he just had such an empowering message even coming through that. And remember, his other message was always, which, I really loved, was, remember, it was always the less stuff, more freedom. That was his message, that he was trying to give to the people. And the other thing, that after this surgery, he basically started to tell people, he realized how precious life was. He wasn't even 40 years old, and he had to go through this type of surgery, and we watched him go through that. And then he ended up, after the surgery, having to fight meningitis and blood clot. So there was just obstacles that he still had to get through, but he got through it. And then he realized how precious life was. Then he started to tell people, if you dream about doing this kind of stuff, stop dreaming. Just do it. Get out there. Do what you've always loved to do. And he also realized how precious life was. And we might not always have tomorrow, to do those things that we think that we have to do. And boy, could I relate. And he was another push, too, of, just as time and went on. Just oh my gosh, of just such an empowering message. So I am kind of sad that he took his station down, but I totally understand that, he just wanted, after going through all that, him and Jess to just have their time of not having to spend a lot of time editing. And that's why I don't want to get to the point where I spend too much time, doing this either. I want to embrace life, experience life. And so that's what they're doing. But I just, I love those guys. They're just so precious, and they're precious to me. And that's why this van is so precious to me. And everything that, he, was telling us, and to his message to get out there, experience life, love life too, and don't wait. That was his message, especially after the surgery. Don't wait, And so anyways, I hope, again, this clears up, because my heart was very heavy, over the night, because I didn't want anybody to think, anything of poorly, or, indifferent of, why would he not do what the guy in Texas did for me, and holding it for me? And I mean, my gosh, and now we can see I didn't even sell my house until, everything was happening in December, and he was having surgery by that time. And through this, everything happened the way it was supposed to be, and I got a great friend out of this, because after coming back from Texas, the guy in Texas, we now are communicating still, after I've had the van. And so he will be, I know, a dear friend for life. And so, I've got an amazing friend out of this, and also, a friendship with Lewis, and, so everything happened the way it was supposed to be, and worked out for everybody. And I'm so thankful that Mark did what he did. He sold the van to this guy, and he got the money that he needed to get at that time because of what he was facing. And then, and this guy, precious guy in Texas, did what he did to hold the van for me. And like I said, and forever friendship from it. So life is good, everybody. I just wanted to share this, and the utmost respect and love and everything for Mark and Jess, Jess of Happily Houseless. They are so precious and amazing people. And my only regret was that I never got to meet them in person. But he did say if I ever had any questions about the van, after I told him that I have the van, and he was so happy. He really was. And he said if there is just any issue, because I did have that one major issue, he said just please let him know. I mean, so that's a comfort too, to know that they are still going to be out there for me, if I ever had any questions. And that means a lot to me, and more of a reason of how precious he is. Okay, so I wanted to get this message out, and so thumbs up, on everything, the journey, Happily Houseless, the way everything turned out. Okay, so life is good, everything is good, the way it was supposed to be. All right, so I love you guys. I'm going to get this out, and love you guys. Bye-bye.